Some people look calm on the outside, but inside their mind, they are constantly fighting invisible battles, overthinking everything, replaying conversations, preparing for problems that have not even happened yet. And after a while, this mental survival mode becomes their normal. They wake up tired. They cannot relax. They cannot focus. And even during peaceful moments, their brain still acts like danger is around the corner. But here's the strange part. Most people do not even realize their subconscious mind is causing it. Because survival mode does not always look dramatic. Sometimes it looks like productivity. Sometimes it looks like perfectionism. Sometimes it looks like endless scrolling at 2 a.m., searching for answers that never bring peace. And if you do not rewire these subconscious habits, your mind will stay trapped in a loop of stress and emotional exhaustion. So in this video, we are going to expose 5 hidden, subconscious habits that quietly keep your brain anxious, overwhelmed, and mentally restless, and more importantly, how to break them. Because by the end of this video, you will understand why your mind keeps staying stuck in survival mode. You will learn practical techniques to calm your nervous system, and you will finally understand how to create more inner peace, mental clarity, emotional control, and psychological stability in your daily life. Because inner peace is not something you find. It is something you train your nervous system to allow. The future focus trap. The first subconscious habit is the future focus trap. Your brain constantly travels into the future searching for threats. What if I fail? What if something goes wrong? What if people judge me? And your nervous system reacts to imagined problems, as if they are happening right now. That is why anxiety feels real even when nothing dangerous is happening. Your brain thinks prediction equals protection, but most of the time, it only creates mental exhaustion. And here is what makes this dangerous. The more time you spend mentally escaping the present moment, the weaker your ability becomes to feel safe inside it. So here is a simple way to interrupt this loop. Use the 5-5-5 rule. Name 5 things you can see, 5 things you can hear, and 5 things you can physically feel. This forces your brain to reconnect with reality, instead of imaginary future scenarios. Because peace can only exist in the present moment, not inside a fictional future your mind keeps creating. The brain's default to no. The second subconscious habit is your brain's default response to uncertainty. Most anxious minds automatically say no to unfamiliar experiences, not because they are weak, but because the brain associates uncertainty with danger. So every new opportunity feels risky, every change feels threatening, and every uncomfortable situation feels unsafe. This slowly traps people inside tiny comfort zones that shrink year after year, and eventually, they stop growing completely. But here is the important part. Confidence is not built through giant life changes. It is built through small signals of safety. This is why micro-yes are powerful. Tiny moments where you intentionally allow small discomfort. Speaking first in a conversation. Trying something unfamiliar. Making one difficult phone call. Saying yes to a small challenge. Each micro-yes teaches your nervous system something important. Discomfort does not always mean danger. And over time, your brain slowly stops treating life like a threat. Narrative looping. The third subconscious habit is narrative looping. This happens when your mind constantly replays painful memories, embarrassing moments, or past mistakes. And most people think they are doing this to learn lessons. But usually, the brain is trying to protect itself from future pain. So it keeps replaying old failures like a warning system. The problem is, your nervous system cannot tell the difference between remembering pain and reliving it. So every replay strengthens anxiety. Every replay deepens shame. And every replay keeps your identity trapped in the past. Here is how to interrupt this loop. Use the third-person rewrite technique. Instead of saying, "I always ruin things," describe the situation like you are observing another human being. He made a mistake during a stressful moment. This creates emotional distance. And emotional distance weakens emotional intensity. Because healing becomes possible when you stop viewing yourself as the enemy. Information overconsumption. The fourth subconscious habit is information overconsumption. This is one of the biggest hidden addictions in modern life. People endlessly consume videos, podcasts, advice, and self-improvement content hoping they will finally feel mentally safe. But the brain can confuse learning with progress. And eventually, people become mentally overloaded but emotionally unchanged. They know everything, but they apply nothing. And this creates a dangerous illusion of productivity. Your nervous system does not heal through endless intake. It heals through implementation. One action is more powerful than 10 hours of consuming advice. So instead of searching for another answer tonight, practice one thing you already know. Because clarity usually does not come from more information. It comes from action. Suppressed emotional feedback. The fifth subconscious habit is ignoring emotional feedback from the body. Most people wait until stress becomes overwhelming before paying attention to it. But your body sends warning signals long before burnout happens. Tight shoulders, shallow breathing, jaw tension, constant fatigue, restlessness. Your body speaks before your mind collapses. But anxious people often disconnect from these signals because survival mode teaches them to ignore discomfort and keep functioning. This is why body scan habits are so powerful. Take 1 minute during the day and ask yourself, where am I holding tension right now? Notice your breathing. Relax your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Slow your nervous system down intentionally. Because peace is not only mental, it is physical too. And the more safety your body feels, the quieter your mind becomes. At the end of the day, rewiring your anxious brain is not about becoming emotionless. It is about teaching your nervous system that it no longer has to stay in survival mode all the time. And that transformation happens through small subconscious shifts repeated consistently, not overnight, but slowly, quietly, and powerfully. So ask yourself, which one of these habits is controlling your mind the most right now? And which one are you going to change first?